Hey, today I have 5 things to do in a bookkeeper interview so that client hires you. Number 1 is listen for the real problem. So there's probably a reason why this person, this business owner, set up a meeting with you or, agreed to meet with you. Something in their business is probably stressing them out, they're needing help with something, or there's something that's just not going quite right. So make sure you're really paying attention to that as you chat with this person and as you get to know their business. What is it that is stressing them out? What problem is there that you as the bookkeeper are able to fix? So when I'm meeting with a new client, I actually try to write down these pain points for them, and I will ask them straight out, like, what are your pain points in your business? And because I really want to track that. So I write it down, and then I'm able to refer back to it within the meeting, maybe towards the end of the meeting, and that shows them like, oh, this person's really listening to me. They really care about what I'm saying. So maybe that person's saying, I really need a system for collecting money. I do not do well in invoicing with my business, and I have all these outstanding invoices that I need to collect. So can you help me with that? Or maybe it's that my business expenses and my personal expenses are really intertwined, and I know I'm not supposed to intertwine those. They're supposed to be separate, but I just need your help sorting through this mess. Or a big one is often time. Like, I don't have time to go into QuickBooks. I have all these other competing things that I need to do as a business owner, but I don't really care enough or take the time to do my books. Or maybe they don't feel like they have the knowledge base to correctly do their books in QuickBooks. So try to reframe this for them and give them the solution. How will hiring you improve their business? So you can say something like, I have an idea for your invoicing. I have a really great system that I developed with another client, and I am a QuickBooks Pro advisor, and so I know QuickBooks in and out, and I'm the right person to help you out with this. And then how will that positively impact their life? Then you're gonna have so much more time to work on the other parts of your business that you are really great at. Number 2 is you want to gauge the client's knowledge and kind of just what their situation is. So how much do they know about bookkeeping? Have they been doing bookkeeping themselves? Have they never had a bookkeeper and they don't really understand why they would need one or what a bookkeeper does? Have they been outsourcing it for many years so they're pretty hands-off? Like, what is their current situation when it pertains to bookkeeping? So you can ask questions like, have you ever worked with a bookkeeper before? Or tell me about the last bookkeeper you had. Or who's been doing your books for the last year? Were you able to file taxes last year? And you can also ask about systems within their business. So how does money get from one place to another? Are they using credit cards? Are they getting paper checks? Do they have some kind of electronic point of sale? Like, how is money moving from one place to the other? That is going to give you a lot of clues about how this client is going to feel as a bookkeeping client. Number 3 is to give them a valuable takeaway. And I love this tip, but first I'm going to tell you, my name is Morgan, my website is FinePoints.biz. I have a free masterclass about how to get clients, and it really does help me out if you can give this video a thumbs up. I also do have a longer class that really relates to this video. It's called Bookkeeper Marketing Coach, and it goes really in depth about how to get clients, how to market yourself, how to onboard clients, what questions to ask, more about what a bookkeeper interview looks like, and what to do should a client decide, yes, I want to hire you. All right, so back to number 3 is give them a takeaway. This is a free piece of valuable advice that even if they don't hire you, they can still use. So this could be general advice about something their business is needing, or what to look for in a bookkeeper, or maybe what not to do or what to kind of watch out for. But this is a piece of quick initial value that shows you're really in it to try to be helpful and not to just make a sale. So some examples of that might be, even if you don't hire me as a bookkeeper, you really are going to want to get a payroll company because you just started hiring your first employees. So you really want to make sure that that payroll is done correctly because that's super important in your business. So you can suggest, maybe Gusto as a payroll company that your client can use, even if they're not at a point yet where they can hire you as a bookkeeper. You should mention that they should look for a bookkeeper that's QuickBooks certified if that is the bookkeeping program that they want to use. So you can say, I am a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor in QuickBooks Online. That means I had to, study and take a test and pass that test. And so that is something good to look for in a bookkeeper. Speaking of an experience where a client kind of got into trouble using someone who didn't really know their way around the books. So my past client was trying to save money, so she had her husband just do the bookkeeping kind of on the side, and that didn't really end up working out because he wasn't able to track the inventory correctly. So it ended up actually costing that client more than it would have to just start out with a quality bookkeeper and someone who knew inventory. And of course, we want to say this with kindness and kind of read the situation. We're not just giving them horror stories of, non-bookkeepers messing stuff up. But if it seems to relate to their situation and it's helpful, go ahead and share some of those experiences. Number 4 is don't apologize about your fees. I know it's easy to have that imposter syndrome and feel I might not know everything, so I shouldn't be charging this, or to feel bad for the business owner and be like, oh, I really want to help them out. Like, should I give them a lower rate? But as much as you can, try to project confidence, even if you don't totally feel it inside. That is going to go a long way in them feeling good about hiring you. And last month I did just come out with a video all about what to do if the client says your pricing is too high, and how to really show your value as a bookkeeper and communicate that to the client. So I'm gonna leave that video linked for you guys down in the description box. But that talks a lot about showing them the big picture and speaking to their emotions. Like, how are they gonna feel when their books are all organized and they get those clean monthly reports? And that basically ties into number 5, which is give them a picture of that final outcome. How's it going to impact their life? How's it going to impact their family and their business and their sales? And in a really initial meeting, you might not be able to see that and articulate it very well. But in that class I mentioned, Bookkeeper Marketing Coach, I do talk about how to communicate and present that information clearly. And another piece of this is take some of the mystery out of the process. So I had to learn this the hard way. People really wanted to know, what exactly was it going to look like when we started working together? Like, what's the first step? What's the second step? What's the third step? Because it's actually gonna feel more comfortable for everyone if you kind of take charge on this a little bit. So step 1 is you give me access to your QuickBooks file, assuming they already have a QuickBooks file. And then I am going to connect your bank account to QuickBooks, and then all the transactions are going to feed in, and then I'm gonna begin categorizing them. And you can tailor this to, again, the amount of knowledge that your client has about bookkeeping, but you can also say, I'm gonna send you reports every single month. By the 10th of the month, these are the reports I'm gonna send you. This is how you're going to pay me each month. I'm going to email you an invoice. There'll be a payment link right on there. This is the amount that I will charge you. So as much as you can, take all the mystery out of the process. I was just thinking about this as I was preparing for this video. I was like, I think I'm actually going to like create a little like first 3 or 5 steps when hiring me, because this is stuff people want to know, and actually it'd be nice to have like it in written form so they can refer back to that, and then it's just super clear for everyone. And I have lots more videos and a couple classes that go over pricing and how to send a contract of employment, all that onboarding stuff that is challenging. So definitely stick around, subscribe to my channel. On my website you can navigate to just the area that says classes, and that will give you more info about that stuff too. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you again next week.